There are times in life where you have to decide what you want to do because you only have so much time, and well, you probably have one major regret that you're going to have in about 5 years. And if you don't solve that now, you're just playing into the same thing that you've always played into. We have issues that need to be resolved in the society, and they start with us. If we don't resolve them, we can't help anyone else, and we sure as hell can't help ourselves. For a long time, I have been a victim of my own inability to sit down and say to myself, Tarab, this is what you need to concentrate on. And I love that part of myself. I still do. I love the fact that I am able to go and explore different things and get motivations for life in a variety of different stimulus. However, there is a point in life where you kind of just have to decide, right? Where you have to decide how you're going to spend your time, essentially. And it should be derived off of essentially the goal that you set for yourself. Do you want to live a life in which you wake up every day and it feels the same, and you go to sleep every night and you wonder why you stay up so late, why perhaps you don't have the relationship that you want, that you don't have the family that you want, you don't have the friends that you want, the opportunities? Or do you want to live a life in which you can be proud of yourself and stand up to difficulties and stand proud in what you are doing? Well, if you want to be in the latter, and I hope you do, because why shouldn't you? Decide. And a good exercise for this is thinking to yourself, hey, in 5 years, what is something that I will regret? Another way Brian Tracy put it was basically, had I known this, would I have done this? Had I known X, would I have done Y? It's a little bit more complicated, but basically the same thing, right? If you know that in 5 years from now, you're going to regret a specific aspect of your life. You're going to regret not being fit. You're going to regret not having a partner, not having the job that you want. If you know that's the case, then it is your responsibility to be kind to yourself, to love yourself now, and think, hey, what are the steps that I'm going to take so that I don't have this regret, right? Miraculous discovery, epiphany. Where did I come across it? Guess what? Other people. Find people that you want to be like and stick to them. So many people don't have role models. So many people don't have people that they look up to. And it usually comes down to not having a major goal in your life, right? If you don't have a major goal of something that you want to do in your life, you're gonna have a really hard time figuring out who you want to be like, right? Pretty straightforward. So set a goal that you care about. It's gonna keep changing, I promise you. It will evolve, as it should. You should be thinking again and again. Set a goal. Find people that have hit that goal. Follow them. Get advice from them. And then do it. Do it every day. Do it to the point where it hurts. Do it to the point that you want to quit. You know why? Because life's gonna be like that anyway. You're either gonna think to yourself, hey, I am doing the thing that I've set purposefully in motion in my life, or I am doing the thing that I didn't set purposely in motion, and either way you're going to be discontented. Either way, I promise you. It's very, very difficult. Hello, Copter. I hope North Philadelphia is okay today. It's going to be very, very difficult to live a life where you're constantly satisfied. I think it's impossible, frankly, unless you're a rock and you don't accomplish anything, which is fine, right? If you want to go live that life, you should probably not be in America, period. Sitting on your ass isn't going to get you anything. Life's not fair at all, and you have to realize that, first and foremost. Maybe not first and foremost, but it should be part of your philosophy. I would highly recommend. We have a tendency to not think about our future selves, to not think far enough ahead. And me being someone that tells other people, hey, you should think far ahead, I don't even think far ahead enough, right? Consistently. I should. I'm working on it, for sure. But that's why I'm making this video too, as a statement, as a journal entry, to let you know that tonight I had a good conversation with a friend of mine. We walked around for 2 hours and we asked each other very serious questions like, hey, what are things that you will regret in 5 years that you know you can do something about now? What are they? You gotta think about it. Wow, something's really going on in North Philly. Peace and blessings, my friends. But think about it. Spend the damn time to think about it. And if you don't have the time or the space right now in your house, go for a walk. Go talk to someone that isn't someone that's just gonna say to you, just pat you on the back and say, hey, you're fine, you're doing everything good. You don't need that right now. You don't need that right now. I promise you. You need to reflect. You need to reflect deeply. In some ways, a lot of times in life, like for instance, going to the woods, transcendental meditation, reflection has actually been the therapy for me needing that, okay, you're doing great. Keep pushing ahead, you're doing great. You should be able to love yourself to that capacity. Not always, sure, you can rely on your friend groups, you can rely on your friends, your parents, whoever motivates you, but you need to have the ability to calm yourself down and move forward in a strategic, reasonable, rational way, right? And that comes down to saying, what will I regret in 5 years? My personal regrets would be if I'm not a great dentist. And what was the other one? If I don't have the people, right? If I don't have the network to get me what I want. Those two things, simple, right? The funny part to me is that though I paint, I make music every day. If you don't know, I have a Tarabify.art channel on Instagram. Maybe one day it'll become a YouTube thing. I don't know. We'll think about it. Got more important things in mind, right? I do that stuff every day, but it's not included in my regrets. I'm not going to regret that I didn't make 1,000 or 1,000 paintings. I'm not going to regret that. Not necessarily. Or at least when I initially thought about it, to me it's like, okay, whatever. Because I paint every day. I have hundreds of paintings. You know what I mean? That's not something that I take great pride in. It is, potentially, but it's not what's giving me the leverage, necessarily, that I'm going to need later on. In some ways, fine, it's great therapy, right? My creations, my creative exploits, incredible therapy for me, right? I get to activate a different part of my brain. I get to think differently. I get to create something, like look at something and be like, wow, I made that, you know, and be proud of it. It's like it's accomplishment, right? Finish a painting, finish a song, accomplishment. Wow, incredible. You're capable of accomplishing things. Sure. But for some reason, that's not my 5-year thing. What's that? What does that tell me? That perhaps I'm prioritizing the wrong thing, right? And yes, it hurts. Yes, it's difficult, sure. But I tell you this because I love you. I tell you this because I love myself. We have to do this. We must move forward, my friends. But we must move forward in a rational way to achieve our goals, because so many people don't. And if we want to make a difference in the world, we cannot act the way that most people act. We cannot. Unfortunate truth. It's just a truth. Unfortunate doesn't matter. Take the pill, swallow it. Get out of the matrix. You know what I mean? Take it in. Take some time to think. All right, and make sure that the relationships that you have, and I will reiterate this probably in other videos, but make sure that the relationships you have are actually encouraging this type of growth. A quote that I came across recently, I was watching a lot of Alex Hormozy. I think he's a cool guy. Really successful, super young, in his 20s. Decided to go, hey, could just sit on his ass and do nothing all day. Decided, no, I'm gonna go and make people's lives better and make way more money so I can have way more impact on the world. Respect it. Good stuff. He said one of the fundamental truths he learned in his 20s is that people want you to do well. People want you to do well, but they don't want you to do better than them. Don't surround yourself with people that are like that. But everyone's like that. Anyway, this video right here, I talk a little bit more about purpose. A little bit more about the things that you should consider when you're setting your words. A couple words in your life should direct a couple things in your life. I'll see you over there. Remember, actualize your potential, my friend. We need you.